Thank you for joining me again today for another lesson in astrology, where we are learning and studying astrology together. Please know that I am not a practicing astrologist. The information that I am about to share with you today has been obtained from books and internet research. The books that I've used to obtain the information are listed in the description box below if you are interested in purchasing any of them. For those of you who are subscribed to my channel for the purpose of the tarot card readings, do not worry. We are not doing away with the tarot card readings. This is something that I am doing just in addition to those in case any of you are interested in astrology. Also know that you most likely will not have all of the traits for this zodiac sign that I am about to mention, because you also have a moon and a rising sign, and you are a combination of all three of them. But I would like to know if what I am researching is true. So if you could just comment below with a percentage rate of how many of these traits that you feel that you resonate with. If you feel like you have all of these qualities, put 100%. If you feel like you only have half of these qualities, then put 50%. I'm just curious. If you do not know your moon and your rising sign, there is also a link in the description box below that you can go to and get a free astrology chart and find out what they are. If there is a subject in astrology that you are interested in learning more about, you can comment that below as well, or a subject on anything. Do you want to learn about crystals, essential oils, the stock market, how to read tarot cards? I mean, whatever it is, just comment below, because I'm curious to know what people want to learn about. And I will do that research for you, and I'll make a video about it. I have already noticed that quite a few of you in the last couple of videos have commented, and you are curious about knowing what is your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And I am already working on that video, and you will have it soon. But with that said, I did enough talking for this introduction, and we are going to get on with today's subject. Astrology lesson number 3 is Gemini. To start off with the basics, the dates for Gemini are May 21st to June 20th. Gemini is an air sign. It is a mutable sign, which means it is a finisher of a season. It is ruled by the planet Mercury, messenger of the gods. Gemini rules the hands, arms, shoulders, and lungs. Gemini is prone to hand and shoulder injuries, bronchitis, or any other type of respiratory ailments, and their birthstone is agate. Sorry to be reading from the paper, but that was a lot of information for me to remember, and I wanted to make sure I got it right. So Gemini, this was a very interesting sign for me. You are the multitasker of the zodiac. You can be the actor, the producer, and the director of a movie all at the same time. You can cook dinner, watch a movie, and talk on the phone all at the same time. You can go out for your lunch hour, and you can eat lunch, go to the grocery store, go to the bank, and get gas, and still get back in time for work. Geminis also age very well. They always look young. Even as they grow older, they still look young. They will get a lot of compliments from people saying how young they look. Geminis always have a lot of projects going on. They don't like to do daily routine stuff or boring stuff, and they cannot sit for very long. They're very restless. Geminis do not know how to relax. I'm sure that this pandemic is probably driving Geminis crazy. If you do see a Gemini sitting, their mind will still be active. They will be reading a book or Googling something on the internet, doing some type of puzzle, or making a list about what they're going to do when they get up. Basically, a Gemini is always thinking and always trying to figure things out. They do not put down their phone, and they tend to be addicted to social media because they must know the latest news and what everyone is up to. Geminis love to talk to people, and people like to talk to Geminis because they make them feel comfortable. And because they tend to talk to everyone, they have a lot of friends and they're very social, and they love to gossip. A Gemini is the one that you will see, when you're coming home from work and Susie from down the street is out talking to all the neighbors, and you look over and you say, she's such a flirt. She's always out talking to Jimmy from down the street. She's not flirting. In fact, Geminis are often accused of being a big flirt. It's just that they are so curious about information and they want to talk to people so much because they want to know what's going on that they talk to everybody. So everybody thinks that they're flirting. They are known to talk to random strangers. They will talk to someone while they're pumping their gas or while they're waiting in line at the supermarket or in an elevator. But once a conversation either gets boring or a person starts complaining, a Gemini will stop listening. They will stand right in front of you and shake their head and nod at your conversation and even smile, but they aren't listening to a gosh darn word that you're saying. They can shut you off just like a light switch. They will only enjoy talking if the conversation is interesting, if it's intelligent, or if it's juicy. They will also talk with their hands a lot, or they tap their feet while they're talking. You should also never attempt to lie to a Gemini because they will see right through your bullcrap. If they suspect that you aren't telling the truth, they will investigate the matter and they will do whatever they have to find out what is the truth. And then if they find out that you lied to them, they will have no problems telling you off. They tend to have very cutting words and they speak without a filter. Words just flow out of their mouth. They can't control it. If you need advice on something, a Gemini is the perfect person to call. Because they are already so intelligent and smart, they may have an answer to your question when you call. But if they do not, they will Google it, they will research it, they'll call their friends, they will call the place, they will get the information for you, and they will call you back. Gemini is a natural researcher. They love to solve problems, and they can be very helpful in that manner if they are your friend or a family member or whatever. A Gemini can adapt to any situation in an instant. If they are at work, they can be very professional. If they are at a party, they can turn into a party animal. They can go from being a real estate agent one day to a chef the next day. If you are in a relationship with a Gemini, know that they have a very busy schedule. They are always doing something. They love to travel, but it is usually only short trips. They don't like to go too far from the neighborhood. And they won't go away for a long time either, like 3 or 4 days, because they got to get back to the neighborhood. They got to see what's going on. They're afraid that they're going to miss something. They also need a lot of freedom to be social. You can't keep them caged in. They like to go on girls' weekends with their friends, or they like to go on hunting trips with the guys, and they'll just make that decision in the last second. And you always have to be prepared for something like that. And just let them go. Geminis do not have a lot of emotion or do not show a lot of affection. Some people say, matter of fact, that actually use the word in a couple of the books that they seem heartless, but they're really not. They just don't have a lot of emotion. The way that they show their affection is by talking to you and having a conversation with you or figuring something out for you. They can also heal from a breakup really quickly, like, oh well, didn't work out, on to the next thing, on to the next person. I'm going to go away for my girls' weekend and have fun. If you are going on a date with a Gemini, be prepared because they ask a lot of questions. They just want to know everything about you. They are not shy and they are very outspoken. Sometimes they dig a little too deep. If you get into an argument with a Gemini will apologize, but only after they've had time to sit down, analyze the situation, and think about it, and figure out who was actually wrong. And if they feel that they were wrong, they will come to you and they will apologize. Gemini does not have a lot of negative qualities. It just said that if you have a Gemini friend in your life, you should probably be careful about how much information that you share with them. Don't tell a Gemini something that you don't want everyone to know. They do not do it on purpose. It's just that they like to talk to people and they have that, what's it called? The Freudian slip, and they just let things slip out sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. They also have a dry sense of humor, or their humor tends to be very sarcastic, and some people just don't get it. Geminis are prone to anxiety, worry, and sometimes even panic. And they will tend to lose sleep over a situation that is going on in their life. If they are about to start something new, like a new relationship or a new job, they worry and worry and worry about it. But then when they get there, they just fit right in because a Gemini can adapt to any situation very quickly. A lot of them will have trouble falling asleep. Like even when they go to bed, they'll lay there for a while. It takes them a long time to shut down their brain. I thought that that was a very interesting quality because I was like, my husband must not have any Gemini in him at all, because I never seen anybody in my life that can just lay their head down on the bed and 3 seconds later literally be snoring. But anyway, it just takes them a while to shut their mind down. They would do best to have a journal by their bed or a notepad or something, so if something's pressing on their mind, they're like, oh, I can't forget to do this tomorrow, or I can't forget to do that, and they should write it down. That was a suggestion in actually quite a few of the books. A lot of Geminis are even prone to ADHD or reading comprehension problems because they just can't stay focused on that one thing for a long period of time. Their mind will just keep wandering. They are always starting new projects. But because of their attention span, it's a short attention span, they can't start and finish the project at the same time, because they'll start thinking of something else that they want to do and then they'll go over and they'll start that other thing. But a Gemini will come back and will finish a project when they have time. But a lot of them are known to have many unfinished projects around. They may change jobs often because of their loss of interest, or a lot of them will work multiple jobs, 2 jobs at the same time, like a full-time and a part-time, or they might even have a full-time job and then a hobby or a small business that they do on the side. Gemini is a very excellent salesperson, which we're going to get to in a second. There were several career suggestions for a Gemini: a social media blogger, a public speaker, a research analyst, a news reporter. So they make great salespeople because they can talk anyone into anything. So they would definitely work well in sales. They could sell ice to an Eskimo, or they could sell milk to a cow, if you ever heard those expressions. They are very clever with their words. Okay, the North Node, if you have a North Node in Gemini, your South Node would be in Sagittarius. So in your last life, you were an explorer. You were always trying to get higher knowledge. You probably traveled the world or went to a lot of long distance places. You were probably separate from your family and your siblings. But that also meant that you spent a lot of time alone because you didn't have friends because you kept entering new territories, which probably led to somewhat of some loneliness. So now, with the North Node in Gemini, you are here to talk to people, to be friendly with people, to stay close to home, to be close to your siblings. It said if you have a North Node in Gemini, you're probably very close with your brothers and sisters if you have them. But it was more about being social with others, learning to interact with others, have fun, and not take life so seriously. And last but not least, there was a few celebrities with the Gemini Sun. That would be Kanye West, Brooke Shields, Amy Schumer, Anderson Cooper, who is a famous CNN reporter, Blake Shelton, Angelina Jolie, and Octavia Spencer. With that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, leave me a comment especially, and subscribe. You can hit that little notification bell because we are going to do the zodiac sign of Cancer next.